Most gardeners think compost is done the moment it looks dark and crumbly. That's where the misunderstanding begins. Finished-looking compost is not automatically biologically complete. In many cases, it's still chemically active in ways that can either rebuild soil ecosystems or quietly suppress plant performance if applied without strategy. The problem shows up in subtle ways. Plants grow inconsistently, soil seems fertile but doesn't hold productivity, and amendments appear to work for a short time before fading. That happens when compost is treated like a fertilizer instead of a living biological system input. Before going deeper, I've tested compost behavior in real garden beds and container systems using a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that measures moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity. One thing it consistently reveals is how uneven soil conditions become after compost application, especially when compost is added without structure or timing. The surface may look improved, while deeper zones remain biologically inactive or imbalanced. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It helps you understand whether your compost is actually activating soil life or just sitting on top. Now let's break down what finished compost really means in a working garden system. Why finished compost is often misunderstood. Compost is not a product, it is a process. When it looks dark and smells earthy, that only tells you decomposition has reached a visible stage. It does not guarantee microbial diversity, nutrient stability, or biological readiness for soil integration. In many real-world compost piles, especially fast or unmanaged ones, what looks finished may still contain unstable organic compounds. When applied directly in large amounts, those compounds continue breaking down in the soil, consuming oxygen and temporarily disturbing microbial balance. That's why some gardeners notice short-term growth followed by slowdown. The compost is still finishing inside the soil instead of before application. The finished compost activation trick. The method I use is not about changing compost itself, but about activating it properly before it enters the soil ecosystem. Instead of applying compost directly in thick layers, I first condition it in a controlled activation phase. I lightly moisten the compost until it feels evenly damp but not soggy. Then I allow it to rest in a thin layer for a short aeration cycle, usually 24 to 72 hours depending on temperature and moisture conditions. This reawakens microbial activity without pushing it into anaerobic decay. During this phase, I occasionally turn it to maintain oxygen flow. What I'm doing is stabilizing biological activity so it integrates smoothly into soil instead of shocking it. This small step changes how compost behaves dramatically. How activated compost rebuilds soil ecosystems. Once activated compost is applied to soil, it does more than feed plants. It reintroduces microbial diversity in a structured way. Soil is not just dirt, it is a layered ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and organic matter interactions. When compost is properly activated, it acts like a biological inoculation rather than just a nutrient source. In raised beds I've worked with, activated compost consistently improves soil aggregation. That means better crumb structure, improved water movement, and more stable root environments. In container systems, it helps reduce compaction over time, especially when combined with proper aeration materials like coco coir or coarse organic matter. The difference is not immediate fertilizer response, it is system rebuilding. The mistake that destroys compost effectiveness. The most common mistake is overloading soil with compost in a single application. Many gardeners assume more compost equals better soil. In reality, excessive layers can slow oxygen exchange and create uneven decomposition zones. Another mistake is mixing compost into soil too aggressively. This can disrupt existing microbial networks instead of supporting them. Compost works best when it is layered, integrated, and allowed to interact naturally with soil biology rather than being forced into it. I've seen beds recover faster when compost is applied in moderate layers over time instead of large one-time additions. How I apply compost in real garden systems. In raised beds, I typically apply a 2 to 4 centimeter layer of activated compost on top of soil rather than mixing it deeply. Then I cover it with mulch to protect microbial activity and regulate moisture. In container systems, I use smaller amounts mixed gently into the top layer only, ensuring root zones are not overwhelmed by sudden biological shifts. In degraded soil beds, I repeat this process in cycles rather than one heavy application. Over time, this builds a stable biological foundation instead of temporary nutrient spikes. One of the most important observations I've made is that compost works best when soil conditions are already balanced in moisture and oxygen. Otherwise, even good compost struggles to integrate properly. What actually happens after soil ecosystem rebuilding begins? Once compost starts integrating correctly, soil behavior changes noticeably. Water retention improves without waterlogging. Roots expand more evenly instead of clustering. Microbial activity becomes more visible in decomposition of mulch and organic matter. You stop seeing sudden plant failures and start seeing consistent growth patterns. In one garden bed I monitored over time, previously weak soil began producing stable yields after 3 compost cycles using this activation method. Nothing else was changed. That is the power of ecosystem rebuilding rather than simple feeding. The deeper lesson behind compost use: compost is not the end of soil management, it is the foundation of it. Real goal is not to add compost, but to restore biological systems so soil can function independently again. When compost is activated and applied correctly, it does not just improve soil temporarily. It rebuilds how soil processes nutrients, water, and organic matter over time. That is what separates basic gardening from system-based soil management. When you monitor these changes using a tool like the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, you stop guessing and start understanding how soil actually responds beneath the surface. If there's one takeaway, it's this: finished compost is not the final step, activation is. Subscribe to Farmogic.